be really interesting as today we have King Rexy and King Trevorian on our stream, the creators of Brutality mod, I would consider. So we're gonna be playing Brutality mod for Kingdom Rush Vengeance today. I saw the trailer, I was really hooked to it too, and now it's finally time to try it out. So just give me a second and we'll be continuing. Okay, I just need to do the final thing for it. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Alright, so we're ready to go now. Just let me know if there is any kind of issues. So
For now, it seems fine.
I think from King Trevorian's mic, our voice are repeating, I think. So I'm not sure. Alright, till
I guess I'll just stay muted unless I'm talking.
oh, okay.
Alright, I guess that works.
D, welcome to the chat. And so the brutality begins. Yes, exactly. So, from how long were you guys working on this mod, I guess?
It took around like 9 months if I'm correct.
Somewhere in there.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, we started working on it, I think it was a little bit before summer last year.
I see.
I think so. It was around like spring, no?
Yeah, middle of spring. I'm pretty sure we started around April at the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We had the
Mid of
idea
April.
from March, but we started working on it on April.
Yeah. Okay.
The tutorial isn't as easy as you probably expect it to be.
Yeah, I think I haven't. Okay. Oh wait, what? Engineer? Didn't expect that to happen.
You can just check the notification for it. It's a new enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brutality is going to be full of surprises. This is the introduction to it.
Well, well, well. This is the first time I have to use more than 2 towers in tutorial. I didn't got any chance to see all of the changes made, but I saw a few with the witches, the shadow archers, and I kind of liked really well how you guys changed the completely with the entire witches. Now they don't have a limitation on their rally point.
Yeah, basically, they have close to infinite range. If you put them towards the edge of the map, you can see the edge of the end of their rally range, but it's pretty much global.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a post-campaign mage tower after all.
They're pretty solid. Especially with the
Engineer
polymorph.
seems to be a bigger threat now.
Oh, don't worry, this is not gonna be the engineer in the first area, it's an enemy only for the tutorial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was kinda like a last minute addition. I think I added it last month, I believe. Somewhere in there.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, because I didn't like how the tutorial was easy. I just wanted to add something to it, and I thought of an extra enemy.
Actually, I recall this as being like 2 or 3 months ago, but yeah.
I don't remember when I added it, but it was a while ago.
Oh my
A
god,
lot of time has passed.
am I losing hearts on tutorial level?
It is a
Sure.
possibility, but
Yeah,
I've beaten
already
it.
lost it.
Oh, it's alright. That's kind of how it's supposed to go. Because you don't have access to the artillery tower yet.
Yeah.
After you get through the tutorial, you get access to your first artillery.
I managed to do it without it though, but yeah, it isn't easy.
Yeah, I kind of underestimated the entire tutorial level.
Rook already level 10? Yeah, that's another
yeah.
feature of the mod. Every hero starts at level 10. Which might seem a bit broken, but it isn't. It actually makes it quite balanced.
Yeah.
It
I
saves
would like
time, so you don't have to level up anything.
Hmm.
And if you read the tier 3 description, it actually tells you what the ability does in detail.
Yeah.
Also, I recommend you go to the towers and equip the melting furnace now.
Oh. Yeah. Oh well, I have old shipwreck and sandworm hollow unlocked this
What?
already.
Yeah, this is kind of how it's supposed to be. I tried to make the DLC stuff log behind the DLC levels, but for some reason the game either wouldn't register it or it kept on crashing, so I haven't figured that one out yet.
I see. Hello, Destroyed, and welcome to the chat. Is that KROST? Yes, I am playing it in background. It's not part of the mod. Mod has some classic awesome music right there. Am I allowed to use the DLC heroes?
The Dark Queen.
I recommend you keep the DLC stuff until you get to the DLCs.
Okay, sounds fair. So I have melting furnace unlocked. This
Yeah.
already.
So hot.
Yeah, you start off with the melting furnace instead of rocket riders. They're meant to be pretty solid for the post campaign,
Okay.
especially in the Unoriented area.
I would like to see what changes. Okay, so the third ability was taken out, and I think melting furnace is kind of the same.
We only removed the burning fuel from it. Most towers have only 2 abilities, but there are a few who have a third ability, but there aren't that many.
Okay.
You should read the descriptions of all the difficulties. They're there for a very good reason.
Oh, let me take a look at that again. Okay. Ease mode for the noobs, of course. Regular for the ones who want to explore changes without having too much difficulty. Nah, I'm never gonna go that. And master play only after beating the main campaign. And brutality, do not select this option unless you finish the game. Well, I'm going with brutality mode difficulty.
Have fun. Have fun.
Alright, so
We put that
it's gonna be
description
one of
there
those
for a
again.
good reason. We put that description there for a good reason.
Yeah, because back in the day when the mod was still in its alpha version, I had some people beta test it, and all of them picked brutality, even though I explicitly told them do not pick that option. They're like, nah, it's gonna be fine. Well, I think at the time, my latest beta tester was I'm not sure who it was, but as far as I remember, he played on brutality and he got to level 3 and he was like, nah, this is too hard.
Wasn't that Alex? Because I remember him playing and quitting at level 3 or something like that.
Maybe it was him. I can't quite recall.
I'm not sure, but time to find out. I'm gonna learn the lesson very soon if I'm wrong here.
I guess everyone's gonna learn it the hard way.
Yeah. Alright. gonna breeze through these for now.
Oh yeah, the first two levels are somewhat doable on Brutality, but around level 3 and 4, that's when the difficulty starts to become a lot more noticeable.
Demon Soul Impact. Oh, that's new.
So tickle.
Okay. Was there any change given to Varrock? Because I feel like there was.
Rook. I mean, we mostly made the passive be more consistent instead of it being dependent on level. It just gives him a constant regeneration. The regen has been buffed quite a bit. His aim slash has armor penetration, so even against heavily armored enemies, it can still do a little bit of damage.
Okay.
The goblins are spawn a lot more often. Same thing for his ultimate. The stun duration is a little bit longer, and the duelist it's kind of nerfed, but that's because his base damage is kind of on the high end, at least at level 10, so that had to get nerfed. But on the bright side, it does last for a few seconds even if he's out of combat, so even if you pull him away for a bit, he can still maintain the damage boost.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but pretty good if you're like doing some tight micros here and there.
Yeah. Okay, so next wave is to Warhammer Guards, 20 of them.
Yeah, the last wave is the interesting one.
Yeah, I already know how it goes with me and my cooking.
Is it a
Well, it's not gonna be
Guardian?
a...
Oh, it's these one. No, it's not. What? Okay. Now I'm scared.
It's not that bad. It's only the... Well, technically it's the second custom enemy, but they're still pretty easy to take down.
Second custom enemy in the game, but first one to ever be made, if I'm correct.
Gate Guardian,
Oh, yeah.
inhabitants of underground, proficient in the art of slicing enemies with their sharp axes. Ah, I think they seem to have some kind of buff with their attack. I would get so.
Yeah, they deal more damage and they have better health and armor, but they are a little bit more threatening.
Yeah, they have some physical resistance there.
Yep, I think they had 40% armor.
I'm not sure anymore. It's been forever.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because this enemy was made before the engineer on the tutorial level.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I think I completed it there.
yeah, should be expected. The first level is not
Yeah.
difficult.
1 out of 46.
Oh. Oh my god. From where did that music started?
Oh yeah, that's a bug that we're trying to get rid of. Because we were adding sound effects for the rewards, and I was going to change it, but I needed to delete the old one. But even after I deleted it, it was still playing. I replaced the sound files with the vanilla version, and it was still playing. So I need to figure out how to get rid of it. So I'm sorry for the mild annoyance.
Oh.
Yeah, it is what it is. Happens, you know.
Posthumous play. Hello. What do this mod? Okay, it's a Brutality mod. You can actually download it from. Pretty sure the link is provided in your video, right?
Yeah, it's in the description of the trailer.
Yeah, and the trailer is available on my Discord, so you can check it out there, I guess. The souls have no impact, says D.
Well, without any upgrades on brutality difficulty, that makes sense. But as it's supposed to be, it's actually gonna deal a lot more damage on lower difficulties. Or at least be noticeable, because it still does the same damage, it's just the enemies are a lot more durable.
Yeah.
More than double durability.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to find all the armadillos. Did I find all of them? There you go.
Strength and honor.
Okay, so let me think. What could possibly go wrong here? I think
We
using
know. We know what's gonna happen. I can't wait.
okay,
Yeah, well.
Smell the
Oh, one
ashes.
thing you should know is, at least for the main campaign, on every level towards usually the last few waves, there's a custom enemy.
for mostly every single level?
For the post game, it's a little different because it doesn't have as many custom enemies. Most of them were made for the campaign, but the post game still has a few extra custom made enemies.
Oh,
All made by yours truly.
Yeah, we kind of worked somewhat evenly on the mod. I was busy working on mostly the post game, and Trevor did the majority of the main campaign.
Yeah, you could say we did the mod 50-50.
Man flesh.
But the majority of the biggest feature of the mod, which is the post campaign, Trev was the one who did most of it. I just did the wave composition and rebalancing.
still, I believe
Yeah.
you guys did a great job on this mod.
I'm here that.
Right.
Are you not entertained?
After all, we did put a lot of work into it, and
Strength and honor.
Yeah.
it does matter a lot to me after spending nearly a year working on it.
Man flesh.
Honestly, I'm surprised how fast we managed to make it. Because with Reborn, at least for the first version of Reborn, which was, I think, 2, maybe 3 years ago at this point, it took me a little bit over a year just to get to the first version. And the mod is still in progress, but that's because I mostly work alone on it. Here, at least, I had another person working alongside me who was giving ideas and working on the wave composition, so I could actually focus up on other stuff and leave the rest for later.
You're welcome, by the way. Putting together probably the most peak thing you could do. Honestly, I'm honestly glad that we were even able to work on this mod, because at that period in my life was like super bored and had basically nothing to do, so I was like just desperately looking for something to do, and then out of nowhere we just started randomly working on this, and that's kind of been what I've been spending most of my time on in my free time for almost the last year, just working on the mod.
It's kind of funny how the whole mod idea started, because at the time, I think Reborn was on its 6th, maybe 7th update, and I didn't really know what to do with it. I just had plenty of ideas that I wanted to implement, but it was gonna mess up the balance of the mod that I was setting up at the time. So I thought, why not make another mod that brings all of these ideas? And since Trevor likes Vengeance quite a bit, I hit him up and I was like, hey, you wanna help me make a mod? And that's kind of how it all started. From a simple suggestion to a pretty solid mod, I would say.
Yeah, and then I followed up by putting my heart into it, and well, the whole game design, well, got led by my hand, and you get to see that quite a lot. I mean, it is called Brutality with me on the front line, so it's kind of noticeable.
Okay, this first area reminds me of Colossal Warfare DLC coming out in 7 days. It says Destroy Land. Yes! Apparently yes. That DLC reminds me of Junk Worlds for some reasons.
I mean, yeah, it does give that type of vibe. But it's also kind of reminds me of the first area from Vengeance with the orbs.
Yeah.
It looks kind of similar.
Yeah.
It's like a mix of both, I guess you could say. I wonder how it's gonna turn out to be. I hope it's gonna be peak. Either way, I'm gonna be moving it someday. Oh yeah,
boy.
let the begin.
Oh no, that is what? No way, that's actually the thing. I'm cooked here. Purely cooked.
Well, that's one of the first lessons you learn in the mod. Artillery is very much needed.
Oh yeah. I can see that. I think I'm already done for. I'm not passing through this level.
I mean, you have 2 legions just breaking through you, so yeah. And don't forget, since it's level 2, there's no flying enemies, so artillery spam is completely justified.
Yeah, I think that would be a better thing to do here.
Hell's Kitchen.
I'm putting
That's all
there.
the worst. They sure are. Good thing we put them on the early waves, because initially I thought about putting them a little bit later in the level to test the player how well they can maintain their spells, but I was like, it's the second level, we should be a little bit nicer, so I put it in the early waves.
I know it's called Brutality, but we have some mercy here.
Yeah.
I can't say the same for the post campaign. That one demands a lot of skill and proper tower and hero usage.
It is the end, after all.
Play this mod if you think vengeance is easy.
Man flesh.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
if you think it's bad.
yeah. Surprisingly, a lot of people to this day still think that vengeance is the worst Kingdom Hearts game. Which, honestly, at the time, yeah, a long time ago, it used to be the worst Kingdom Hearts game. But ever since the Hammerhold DLC, the balance changes, and the Pirate Kings came out, it actually became quite solid. I'll say right now it's somewhere in. Well, I'm biased towards it, so I'll probably put it higher. But if we're talking from a pure uncensored perspective, it's probably somewhere in the middle. Like, it's not bad, but it's not great either. It doesn't quite reach the same level of Frontiers or the original Kingdom Rush.
I completely agree. And personally, I find Alliance to be actually the worst Kingdom Rush game for me personally, just because of the balance there. The balance in Alliance absolutely makes me fuming through the roof with how horrible it is. To the point where I grew to love the game because of the amazing game design, but seeing how terrible the balance was and how much that was negatively influencing everything, it just genuinely made me go from loving it to hating the game.
I think it's fun coming in. I think so. So, as far as the game is receiving updates, there is always hope for getting more balance changes, etc.
That's why I'm kind of looking forward to the DLC, because Arnhide did mention that there's gonna be some balance changes, and honestly,
Yes.
that's what I'm more interested in. Like, I don't care about the new levels, I just care for the game being in a balanced state. Because currently, it kind of feels like Vengeance all over again, where there's a certain meta that you need to follow, and the rest of the towers and heroes are just feel underwhelming.
I completely agree. And I hope that they change it and balance it before I make the Dark Knights play the game. Because I want them to actually enjoy this instead of just playing a Vengeance 2.0.
Yeah. Well, this is a little bit of a spoiler for Reborn, but on the Pirate Kings DLC for the last comic, on the last scene, I was first, because in Reborn I rewrote the text for pretty much everything. For Brutality, we haven't done that quite yet, at least for the comics. We're gonna get to it in the future update, but for Reborn, I decided to add a nice last line at the end where Vesdan says, now let's get down to modding Alliance, because I'm planning on my next mod to be for Alliance.
Oh.
I'm planning to join in to work on that, and the whole reason why I want to do that in the first place is because I'm gonna put something in there as my legacy, I guess you could say. Rexy knows, but I'm not gonna say it, as a few people would call me a criminal. But from a logical perspective, it's only normal for me to do something like this and completely justified.
The only thing I'm gonna do for Alliance though is I'm not gonna go too crazy, because with Reborn, it kind of does everything. It has custom enemies, it adds a bunch of soundtracks, new bosses, mini bosses, heroic scenarios, and all that. And even though it's a really good mod, it takes. Oh.
But don't forget Brutality.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not working.
Yeah, I think I just need to do 100%.
So I guess this is a good time for me to explain how the difficulty works. You know, normal mode's just normal. I don't remember by how much the HP is reduced on casual. Do you remember, Rexy?
Yeah, it's only 10%.
So yeah, if you go from normal to casual, the enemies will just have 10% less max health. Also bosses, basically everything. And if you go from normal to master mode, everything will have 70% more HP, and for brutality it's 120%. So that's why it is the way it is. Exactly.
Yeah, the enemies are more than twice have more than 2 times the amount of HP they're supposed to be.
So unless you swap to either master mode, I don't think you're gonna get anywhere. And on master mode it's gonna be possible, but still challenging, but when you get to Linearia, that's where you're just gonna fold, unless you switch to normal, as we've designed it to be like.
I think I'm gonna give mine this final try, and then I'm gonna switch difficulties here.
Okay then. Because that's the main reason why we did the difficulty scaling so high, is because for most other mods, when it comes down to Vengeance, and at least that's what I found out, people just always play on Impossible. And that kind of brings down the whole point of difficulty scaling. Like, sure, it's supposed to be hard, but at the same time, it's quite manageable for the most part. Whether it's because the wave composition is bad, or because the tower is overtuned, and many other reasons. So here, we decided to make the difficulty actually to matter. So the game feels more progressive. Like, the further you get, the more difficulty options you unlock. So it actually has some sort of meaning. It's not just a cosmetic buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when you asked me what HP scaling should we give it, and I just spouted these crazy numbers to make it actual nightmare fuel, and it was actually great game design.
Well, yeah, but Master Mode used to be a little bit easier. It used to be 60% HP scaling, but then we increased it to 70%.
Yeah, I did that for religious purposes. And of course also for balance, but yeah. And then there was also, for the majority of the mod's history, artillery was actually way stronger. But then around at the end of the mod, I decided to give most artillery towers a substantial damage nerf. And that changed the game a lot in terms of balance.
Well, one of the main nerfs was mostly to the melting furnace, since it was supposed to be now a starting tower. I had to remove the stun because it has much faster attack speed. It's around like 2 seconds, so with the stun duration being 1 second, it could stun an infinite amount of enemies for half the time. Since it has a very high armor penetration, I think it's 75%, maybe 80%. I forgot what I made the scaling, but
I'm pretty sure it's like 70 to 75%.
yeah, probably it's somewhere in there. So when you add that on top of a stun that lasts half the time, it's pretty OP. But without the stun, it's a pretty fair artillery tower.
I think the nerf was bigger for Rotten Force, just because even before we did the artillery nerf, we had nerfed the Rotten Force multiple times, but it was still overperforming, to the point where you could literally solo like half the game with it. But after the nerfs now, it's a great utility tower, it still does decent damage, but it can no longer deal enough substantial damage to get you through the level, so you need a bunch of other towers besides it. So it is an artillery tower, but instead of focusing on damage, it focuses on crowd control as it's supposed to be.
Oh my god, my situation here is still kind of the same. I think it's better than last time.
Hell's Kitchen.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe with Lucerna it would be possible on Brutality, but I don't know.
Something's burning.
Oh my.
Yeah, you might be able to handle the bruises, but not the warhammer darts.
Yeah.
Smell the ashes.
I think I got it. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you did lose a substantial amount of lives.
Yeah. 3-starring was never my goal.
Well, it's fine. That's the only thing I hate about Vengeance and Alliance for that matter is that no matter how many stars you still get the same rewards. I wish I could change that, but it's hardwired into the game, so I don't have anything in that.
Casuals are a fan of it though, but yeah, I think through making like people 3-star everything feels just better to me.
Yeah, because now it just feels cosmetic. Like, oh look, I have 3 stars. Back in the day, until Vengeance came out, it actually mattered how many stars you have, because that directly linked how many upgrades you can have. Like that 1 or 2 extra stars could make a substantial difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, until you get maxed out, and then getting more stars at that point doesn't matter too much, then it is actually cosmetic.
Unless you play Legendary mode. There I made sure that you have to beat everything to have every upgrade.
Oh. Hello, Duke. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, Duke. Hi there,
Hello,
it's been a
Duke.
while.
Can't wait to watch you play this one day.
Okay.
I need to make a list. Let me see. 'Cause I remember we had a lot of custom enemies, but I don't remember the exact number. I know it's over 40. How
Oh,
much is that?
40?
Oh, I did mention that in the trailer. There's over 40 custom enemies. There's gonna be a lot more with future updates. I think with future updates, it's gonna be close to 100, if not over.
Oh my. That's gonna be really good. And brutal.
Yeah.
They do know the name of the future update, but unless you ask me, I think I'm just gonna keep it a secret.
Okay, oh wow, this blasting furnace spam actually worked. I'm surviving. And it's not even the last wave yet.
Yeah, with the difficulty being reduced, it actually is quite possible.
Yeah.
He is doing it on Brutality, though.
Oh, is that a
Yeah.
Stone Crusher? Medium armor ignores 50% armor. How do I differentiate between them?
Well, mostly it's gonna be the movement speed. Because most of the custom enemies move a little bit slower. Or faster, depending on which one we're talking about. Because the upcoming custom enemy moves significantly faster than its original counterpart.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was originally thinking about the funny one in Lineary. They're one of the top 3 fastest ones.
Yeah, but once you get to that point, you have the right towers and heroes to deal with them.
That's true.
so far so good, I think.
Brawl meets brawl. Are you not entertained?
This guy.
Strength and honor.
Oh, I just... Did you Veracruz to spawn in 3 goblins before?
Man flesh.
No, it used to be 2.
Yeah, so it's a new change, I guess.
Yeah, it is one of the newer
Brawl
ones.
meets brawl.
Same thing goes for what was his name? Allok. He also summons more fire illusions.
Yeah,
That one is quite obvious. It's like
Yeah.
3 times as many as vanilla.
yeah, I did notice that.
Hi there, Polix. How's it going? What people?
Oh, they're my beloved frog.
Oh, hello, Paulix.
just
Welcome
raged
to the
at-
stream.
I just raged at saying the mod for Kingdom there. I thought you said they rebalanced the mod. I thought it was gonna be more fair. I guess it's still difficult.
Smell the ashes.
Yeah, they rebalanced the Capachungus.
Oh, the final wave.
Something's
No
burning.
way.
Are you not entertained?
Can that be stopped? Hopefully, yes, it can be.
Strength and honor. Hell's Kitchen. Man flesh.
Honestly, yeah. Now that I do the math, it's almost more than just 40 plus.
Oh,
Brawl meets brawl.
I knew something right.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because I forgot on the last level we have only custom enemies, so I forgot to take them.
no, there are way too many of
Smell
them.
the
You
ashes.
didn't include that. There's no way.
Are you not
Oh, it's alright. There's still a lot of enemies.
How many are there in total? Have you figured that out yet?
Well, from what I've noticed, if we don't count the bosses, that should be 64.
64 custom enemies and Brutality in total so far. So yeah, with the future update, I do think it's gonna be over 100.
entertained? Strength and honor.
Okay, I have nothing to do except microing my heroes at this point.
Oh yeah, dude.
Brawl
As long as you can deal with these guys, you should be fine.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, that's level 2 down. This is where I recommend you drop it.
Alright, we finally did it. At least we managed to beat it. Okay, so
Nice. Okay, double challenge him.
okay, so were there any changes to the upgrade? I think so.
Well, yeah, most of the upgrades were changed. You could just hover over them and tell what
Yeah.
they do exactly.
So Pit Lord got changed. That's really good. Now he's no longer
There-
RNG.
Yeah, the reinforcements received quite a bit of changes.
I am planning an update in a week or 2 for Brutality. That's just gonna be like a hotfix update, fixing some bugs and balancing a few things out.
Yeah. Oh, Polix Device, you donated. Thank you very much. I dare you on the first boss stage only use mages and barracks. Okay.
Could
I-
work, but I think without Shadow Archer, it's not gonna be the greatest of ideas.
It
I
depends.
Artillery
With
too.
Azra, with Azra, it could work, or maybe all luck.
We'll see. The lack of AoE by not having the melting furnace is kind of pretty bad, and the Shadow Archer is also really great because of the crow and the mark for the boss and the enemies in general.
Well, not only that, you also have the crit, the occasional crit chance.
Yeah, and the damage boost overall from melting furnace too is pretty substantial.
Okay, so should I change the difficulty? Because I think I should at this point.
I don't think so, because I don't think you're gonna be able to even breathe air if you continue like this.
So I'm just gonna choose Master for now. If that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Master
Yeah.
mode is doable until the end of the second area and the first level. But once you get to level 13, that's when things get pretty spicy.
I think even level... Yeah, actually, no, I take it back. I remember what you did with the final life of level 13. I think that's the main problem.
Yeah.
Because that is just illegal. Like, why would you do this, Rex?
Something's
That made me... I've used quite a lot of beta testing in this mod.
Oh. Alright. Starting the level. Here goes nothing. Oh well, the challenge Pollux just gave me. I'm glad to try it out when I reach that boss level, I guess.
Well, it might end up working out, but I'm not sure if we're gonna need potentially a DOC character for that. Maybe on normal it would be doable, but on Master, I'm not so sure.
Hell's
Yeah, it's not gonna be possible on Master, I think. But even on normal, it's gonna be pretty challenging, I would say.
He wants
that
to
was
see
off.
me in pain. I just know it, Pollux. But
Well, you do this to yourself after all.
strength and honor. Man flesh.
Okay. Well, Felix, since you're in the chat, what do you think of the update for Zeta mod? Is it any good, or did they mess up with it? Was it a
oh,
hit or
a
a miss?
new enemy, Hellbite. Okay, fast speed and deal 2 damage attack. Huh. And they're fast. Oh my.
Yeah, but they're squishy.
I would say they're. Oh my god, they just one-shotted all of that. They're basically barracks killer at this point.
Yeah, they're on that type of time.
My aim is flawless.
Okay. Toppers, the flying enemies, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna need quite a lot of mages, I'd say.
Oh wow. Never knew Veru
Yeah,
could
that-
do that. He's stunning flying
Okay.
enemies.
Yeah, that's the thing from the vanilla version as well. Good stun
Wait,
arrow
he-
unit.
The night is done.
Yeah, even in the vanilla version you can do that. The only thing is that since arrow
no.
units are not usually... Oh. Yeah, the low armor is kinda coming into play here.
Yeah, that's why I said you're gonna need a few mages here and there. Actually, you're gonna need a lot of magic for this.
I agree.
Light my fire.
Oh god, I'm losing lives with this one.
Aim high, aim true.
I didn't saw the amount of him. That's the worst part of it.
If you want to, I can also turn on my cam on Discord at the end of the stream when you're done with playing it.
Oh, sure.
Fire with fire.
We want many melting furnaces. I mean, again, it's a new wave composition, so on the first try, I'm expecting most people to not know what's coming out.
Yeah.
That's one of the good things about the mods, at least when they rework the wave composition, because if a mod is just for rebalancing, I'm not really a big fan of it, at least for Vengeance, because the biggest problem with Vengeance is not necessarily the balance anymore, it's the wave composition. If you tweak up the wave composition, it becomes a peak game.
Yeah. Just don't do what we did. It's a bit too much, I'd say.
Just a more creative wave composition. Like when I was reworking the wave composition for Reborn, which was for update 9.0, which was, as I called it, the dreadful rebalancing. I basically reworked the entire main camp stages, like from beginning to end, from level 1 to level 41. Because I didn't like how some of the older wave compositions looked. They were either too cramped, they had too little enemies, or the enemy type wasn't fitting, or it didn't feel like it was as difficult as it should be. So I decided to look back a bit, and I played some Frontiers and Origins just to remind myself, hey, this is what an actual wave composition looks like. And that kind of gave me inspiration to rework all of them. And recently I reworked the Heroic and Iron stages as well. So when update 10.0 comes out, which is the first anniversary of the mod, it's gonna be a pretty solid one. I'm currently still writing the changelog and page, so there's gonna be a lot of new features and a bunch of balance changes as well.
Yeah, when it comes to Brutality, Heroics and Irons are not the thing yet, but I am planning them for the future updates. And they're gonna have a completely new playstyle comparing to anything else you've ever seen before in this series. It's gonna be like putting in Legends of Kingdom Rush inside of Vengeance.
Whoa. That's gonna be cool.
Well, that's in terms of gameplay. So it's gonna be super micro-dependent. For the Heroics, at least. For the Irons, it's gonna have something extra unique to help you, and it's gonna be a mix of just regular gameplay, as well as the Iron feature.
Ah, I see.
What is brutal is Brutality, that chaotic mod. Well... Wait, oh, I misread it. What if Brutal is Brutality, that chaotic mod? Huh? What is Brutal? I think I meant to say Brutal, but I'm not so sure.
Okay,
Okay, I'm 5. Hi there. How's it going?
We have quite a lot of
about.
interesting viewers. So many
What is it
YouTubers.
about? Well, it's basically kind of like a U mod. It's chaotic.
hello KM5. Welcome to the stream. Okay. I wonder,
Really wonderful.
there are way too many gunbeard guys over here. Gunmen over here.
The best description for the mod would be a creative torture method. It's
Okay.
entertaining.
I wouldn't say it's torturous. It just plays off of people's ignorance and their pride. Because when you think of vengeance, you'd already consider anything below impossible to be good difficulty. But here it's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why it hurts everyone. But yeah, it's amazing what we've done here, I have to admit. It truly satisfies me to see everyone suffer because of their own, well, actions. You are your own fault here. It's like playing this mod feels like sinning because everything that happens hurts you because of your own actions.
Yeah, the way it does. It's kind of funny because before the idea for this mod was a thing, Reborn was meant to be kind of like that, where it was supposed to be just a hardcore, impossible mode for Vengeance. But ever since I started working on Brutality, I thought there's no reason to make two similar mods, so let's make Reborn more for the average player. It's still a pretty difficult mod if you start on Impossible from a first save file, but unlike Brutality, it's actually possible to play it. You just need to be very aware of your cooldowns, you have to micro your hero, and the tower choices matter a lot.
Okay, the Smokebeard engineers are here.
Yeah, both of the mods are very different, but they're
Hell's Kitchen.
very similar at the same time, just because I did have a hand in some of the stuff that happened in Reborn when it was first being made. Like I did some of the beta testing, some advice on balance changes and game design, and also majority of the music, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah.
Well, yeah, you helped out quite a bit on the soundtracks.
Yeah. Basically, like, half or even more of the songs in Reborn are from me, and, well, 95% of the music in Brutality is also from me. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, yeah, I gave you the honor to pick the soundtrack since you helped out so much on the mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even realize where it died.
Yeah,
And
I guess the Hellbites, he can die pretty easily.
And then people say that the music in Reborn is so peak when they don't even know that it was because of me. But the best part is that, like, the title music for Brutality, you took it from Brutality and also made it the preparation for battle for Lineria and Reborn. You just stole my music. But it's
Well,
I get it, because it's so great.
Well, at the time, the Brutality was relatively fresh, so I wasn't sure if we're gonna keep all the soundtracks or if we're gonna have some changes to the music. And then because I liked it so much, I decided to re-add it, because at the time, the linear music was kind of mid. It didn't give me the feeling that I wanted, so I decided to rework a little of the music. And I kind of just took that one because it was still good, and it fit the linear for me.
I know some of the songs in Brutality may not be of your taste, but I think I'm gonna keep them the way they are, just because I know that the Dark Knights would enjoy them a lot, and if this mod is anything but Dark Knight style and design, then I don't know what it is.
Well, we completed this level too. Wow.
Okay, 3 out of 46, but this time on an actually playable difficulty.
Yeah. So I just unlocked Asra.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
You should also check the titles of all the heroes, they're amazing, according to XD.
I won't say amazing. They're just they're just
The Pollock's waifu.
Yeah, some of your things are questionable, but if there's like 80% of the stuff in the mod that's questionable, don't blame me for that. It was actually Rexy, believe it or not. In fact, there were recent changes to the mod that were so questionable, it gave me an aneurysm and I told Rexy to change them.
Okay. The tower's names are alright.
Yeah, the tower names are the same except for the Dark Knights. The Dark Knights have been renamed.
Yeah, I could expect imposter Dark Knights.
It would make sense once you get to the post campaign.
Ah, okay. Well, it's also better than Veruk. I would consider that is correct, I guess.
She is pretty useful for the upcoming levels, for the Geomancers and the Mecha Dwarves.
Yeah, she has magic resistance. Wow, that's new.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Vengeance didn't have any magic icon
Yeah.
until they added Lucerna in the Pirate King's DLC. So that was quite nice.
Okay, I think I will be doing one of the Irons or Heroics. And then I'll probably end the stream because I have to go in a while.
Alright, but you do know that, like, I did mention that we haven't changed the Irons and Heroics, like, they haven't been modded.
Oh, really?
There's
Oh,
gonna be a future thing.
Yeah, so far only the campaign stages have been reworked. But we're planning on reworking Heroic and Irons later on.
Okay. I'm still gonna try it out, I guess. I'm just gonna do a while, and then end the stream a little bit. But I truly like this mod, to be honest. It gives me a better challenge in Vengeance overall.
Oh, that just means the mod's purpose is starting to get fulfilled.
Yeah.
That makes me happy, but what will make me even happier is to see most content creators like you getting to the end parts of the mod, because that's the most exciting stuff.
End part means like the main campaign end part, or the
Honestly, like
over.
starting from an area, because that's where I believe where the game actually gets very exciting. Because I feel like the first few areas of the game in the campaign are actually quite easy, but then when you get to an area, it starts becoming quite difficult, and then you get to the post campaign, which is also no joke. And then, of course, a lovely thing, which is the post campaign, which I
Ah,
can't wait for people to play.
I think
Well,
I'm
I think
gonna
I have an
stream it
idea.
this weekend too. And on that stream, I'm probably gonna plan to reach up to the few levels from the ice, northern land, I guess, levels.
From the frozen north. I believe that's what
Yeah,
it's called in the code.
yeah,
Alright. But I think I have an idea why Linearia starts to feel more difficult. It's because we kinda no, both of us worked on wave compositions, like Trevor did some parts, I did some others. And I think I was working on Linearia, so maybe that's partially the reason why it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, the wave composition is a noticeable thing, but also at the same time, what makes it, I think, makes it a lot harder than the wave composition would be the custom enemies that I made for Linearia, because those ones specifically are special. They're special. What they do is very painful. Yeah.
Well, I think only one of them is so really problematic. The other ones are mostly manageable.
Light my fire.
Yeah, I agree. But with your wave composition, even though they're not that big of a deal, because of the way you made the waves work around their abilities, it actually becomes insanely painful. And not all the time, but yeah, there are moments where they pull off some things that make you pull out your hair.
Level 16 PTSD.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I now remember. But that's yeah. I guess you could say. Again, don't forget we both like did half. So like half the pain is thanks to you, half the pain is thanks to me.
Alright.
Alright, so for now, I'm gonna be ending today's stream. It was really awesome. I'm gonna plan to stream it this weekend too. So it's gonna be actually really interesting to see this. I really like this mod. I have been getting into mods recently quite a lot. I played like on stream, I played Kingdom Rush Origins Chaos mod a little while ago, and now I'm trying out this mod. It's really interesting, and I'm really happy to see Kingdom Rush community just building up so much cool mods which amplify the difficulty, or even some custom enemies like this mod. So that's really cool to see.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that too, and I can't wait to keep watching you suffer through this. Or enjoy it, depending on how it goes, but either way, this is gonna be an amazing journey to see you go through.
Yeah. So yeah, I have not forgotten about Pollock's challenge. I'll do it in the next stream. Don't worry about it. And yeah, I'm gonna be ending this stream. Thank you for everyone joining in this entire stream, and see you all later. Goodbye.
See you.
Goodbye.